So many people were terrified of Iron Valiant going into Paradox Rift, but the deck has really fallen flat in this first week of online results, with the whole archetype having a 42% win rate on Play Limitless. If you look at the bigger picture here, the Urshifu build has a win rate of 43%, the straight build are around 43%, but the Entei build has a much more respectable 52%. So it's sort of been the weakness for a lot of these Iron Valiant decks, is they're like too heavy on smaller attack. Once your opponent evolves up their Pokemon, it's very hard for you to actually take prize cards, but this Entei build actually has a respectable attacker in Entei and Radiant Charizard, so you can use Burning Rondo to do like 180 to 200 damage, and then you can use Tachyon Bits to make that like a much more respectable number. We still have like the Medicham Yoga Loop to be able to like, have crazy insane combos early on, and then it's just like Magma Basin is pretty cool because then we can like attack with Radiant Charizard multiple times in a game, and Radiant Charizard is probably like the best attacker in format right now, honestly. So yeah, the list is just like trying to be Turbo Iron Valiant, like still being able to use Tachyon Bits, knock out little guys with Medicham, but at least we have like a stronger backbone with Entei and Radiant Charizard. And I do feel like moving forward, this is probably the better build of Iron Valiant that you should be playing, but let's just go ahead and take it on the ladder and see how it goes. Always an interesting time going second with an Iron Valiant deck. It means we don't have Donk potential, but still we have some crazy Medicham stuff. This opening hand's looking very, very good. I don't know what this is. We see Earthen Vessel, which makes me think PAL, but they have a Colress in hand, so that kind of throws me off. It is Tsarina EX. I've faced it like a couple of times on ladder. Like it should be a very favorite matchup. Like we just can sort of bully them with our Tachyon Bits, our Yoga Loop. Only 60 HP just means double bits, Yoga Loops. I'm probably getting VIP Pass Valiant. Or I'm getting Medicham Valiant off of this. Okay. We have a very real chance of being able to win the game. Super Rod is not an amazing top deck. We have the Medicham in deck. We have the other Iron Valiant. So I'm going to play this Escape Rope and then Tachyon the Bounce Suite. I'm gonna put the Forest Seal on Medicham. And then we'll drop Research and see what we can get into. Wow. Okay. So, VIP Pass for another Valiant and an Entei. So then we can switch into the Valiants. And then ping the Bounce Suite. I just need to find DTE or a switch off of this Squawkabilly. So I'll put this here just in case, and then we drop this, we Squawk and Seize, and we just need one of the pieces, and we got there. So we can play and my vote just concedes. This Iron Valiant deck is absolutely filthy. We all know that Iron Valiant struggles to win long games, so hopefully I can not just like donk my opponent and actually can get like a relatively complete game in. I know that like part of the reason like people are playing Iron Valiant is like, oh yeah, I can win turn 1, turn 2. So I suppose we can't totally discredit it, but I would like to have like a complete game, because like, that's what the issue people have had with the Urshifu build, is that it's very cool to win on the first or second turn, but the deck pretty much just runs out of steam by turn 3 or 4, which is pretty bad news if you're like against a deck that just doesn't die to Tachyon Bits or Rapid Flow. So let's just see what we can do here. If it's against an evolving deck, we're going first. Alright, it's a Roaring Moon deck. This is going to be one of our tougher matchups, at least on paper. So that's why, or not that's why, but Radiant Charizard should be an incredibly powerful attacker in this matchup. That might be the way that we win this game, is just skewing the prize trade with Radiant Charizard, combining it with an Iono. So I'm going to Nest Ball then. I'll get down another Valiant. Fleetfoot, hopefully get a Fire Energy to get rid of for our Magma Basin. Another Entei, I suppose that's not bad. And we can Tachyon Bits. Not that Tachyon does a ton to Moltres, but hey, maybe we can, I guess it could put it into range of something. We'll attach, we will Squawk and Seize. Admittedly not amazing. So I can Battle Pass down another Valiant. That doesn't feel amazing. I think it's okay, because we kind of want like all hands on deck, because the Gouge, or the oh gosh, the Roaring Moon. You have a lot of HP and be one-shotting us. Like if they're playing like a Brute Bonnet Capsule build. I don't know if you're playing Moltres, if you're playing like you can fit all those cards. Forest Seal's an excellent top deck. So I think I do this. I do this. Most of the I don't think I've ever seen a Roaring Moon list with Lost Vacuum. That doesn't mean that this person's not playing it because it's PTGO ladder. You really never know. But yeah, that was a nice fleet-footed Forest. And I did not attach to the active because there's a very real possibility that this guy goes down turn 1. So my opponent gets the Battle VIP Pass, Squawk and Greninja. Squawkabilly has really seen a ton of play this format with these turbo decks. Like it really was kind of Justin Miraidon before and the occasional Lugia, but now it's like all these turbo decks that came out of, I guess not all these, just 2 turbo decks that came out of Paradox Rifts. And also just like these decks dominate the ladder, like decks that can win fast are what people like to play, and they're new, so people enjoy playing those. It's a Roaring Moon build with the water energy, and that's, I don't think that really matters in this matchup though. Like you're not Greninja-ing twice, right? I guess if you could, yeah, Moonlight Shuriken twice, but I think that's pretty unlikely. That has to be very unlikely. Alright, Pokestop hitting the board. I've already done 2 basins, so that's a little bit annoying. Pokestop isn't like an awful card for me. It can get flyers in the discard pile and can get me switch cards. It is a little risky though. Since I'm already down a Magma or 2 Magma Basins, it could mill Radzard. We only have that 1 Super Rad to put the Radzard back, and if my opponent takes a KO this turn, we really need to have Radzard to be able to get back into this game. It's a Radiant Greninja does mean you could like Aura Burn for this knockout, or for not for the knockout, but for 190, and then finish it off with Radiant Greninja and try to mess up my prize map. We see these Switch Cart to erase my Tachyon bits, but the thing is they can't really scuff my prize map, or if they do try to, I can just work on this more Paco over time. Just 4 Tachyon bits will get me there. And Rope's like pretty good. Like I can just play Rope and you go back into Radiant Greninja. This is where I wish I had my boss. Boss would be really good to just chase this. They're playing Vacuum! No! Bodied by ladder! No way, I'd never seen that. Maybe, dang. Because Moon doesn't usually care. It's just like blowing you up no matter you have a charm on you or not. And you don't, like you, dang. Bro, I got bodied. I respected Iono way more than I respected Lost Vacuum, and that turns out to be a mistake. It's ladder, you really never know. You can think logically, and it doesn't do you too good sometimes. So yeah, you got space for the water energy stuff and for Lost Vacuum. Seems very good. All right, Moltres, I'm assuming that's gonna find Professor Sawdust Vitality with all the energies down. Yep. So I guess the thing is they can like gouge, but then that puts themselves in like Tachyon bits range, and 230 HP is like not a great number. Like some of our immune lists are playing Vitality Band to like hit those better numbers, like 110 into Cramorant, 230 into like an Iron Hands. So that's like I guess where Magma Basin's bad in this matchup, since it puts my Entei's into Magma Basin or into Calamity Storm range. There's that Dire Flame Wings. And I would need to have like a couple dark patches. Well, they're not down any more dark energies, are they? Yeah, they just whiff attack, so that's pretty nice. There we go, never punished. Absolutely never punished. So I'm going to Fleetfoot. To get this Hisuian heavy, I'm gonna play an Escape Rope because I don't want to hit into this more Paco. I'd rather kill the Greninja or any of these 2 prizers. They give me the Greninja, so that's totally fine by me. I can get a couple Tachyon bits in here. Start working on that more Paco to fix my prize map. Then I will play a Switch, go back into this, Iron Valiant. Then we do that. We do this. Hisuian Heavy Ball. I don't think that, okay, Super Odds prize, that could be something. And the Lost Vacuum. So we're really hoping to hit one of those off the prizes early. Okay. I could get one more Tachyon bits, but I don't think I really need it. I'll just hold the carts. Also, like, Basin's kind of nice. Yeah, I think I want to get rid of their Pokestop. We know their hand's, like, not totally... Like, their hand's not just, like, full, like, energy switches. Like, they might need this Pokestop to be able to attack next turn. So, we'll Basin, set up a backup Entei. And I could dig with an extra... Or I could put on another 20 there. But I don't think it really matters. I'll just save the Switch Cart for next turn. Maybe it does matter, because then I can go... Like I said, with 290 HP, I think we just want to hold. Switch is okay, I guess. Go back into the more Peko. I've already spent one cart. Some of these lists are playing 1, some play 2. Usually the most you see is 2. So there's a Moltres gonna come up in the active and just slap me with Orburn. That feels really bad. So they're gonna KO Squawkabilly, it looks like. So that's totally cool with me. They just Orburn. So yeah, getting rid of the Pokestop definitely made their turn a lot weaker. And yeah, the 30 that happens because of Orburn doesn't really do it, or isn't very good here, because now I don't have to Tachyon bits to find this knockout. So I should actually promote Entei. That was a misplay. I wasn't. Yeah, I didn't do that right. So Tachyon bits. He retreats. Because at least we could have got an extra fleet-footed card. It might not matter, but it could. So there goes more Peko. So now I do have to actually Tachyon bits the active to take the knockout. Not that it's too big of a deal. So we do that. I think we Nest Ball and get down the Radzar, just so we always have it on the board. And then I Jet Energy into... I think I want to Jet into this guy just to force my opponent to Frenzied Gouging. Like, that makes my life easier for next turn. I want to like dig and find Vacuum. I think we research. Yeah, I don't mind research here. There's the other 4 seals then. There's no way there's 2 vacuums in this list, right? Alright, I'll Magma Basin. I'll put the energy on the Zard, just so that this is always an available play to me. And then we just Burning Rondo. Oh yeah, Fleetfoot. Oh, I nearly forgot. And then we Burning Rondo for the knockouts. And this is a very difficult position for my opponents. Since we have that for a Seal stood on the board. I guess my boss is in the discard pile. We found Lost Vacuum. That's pretty clutch. Usually, like, this matchup gets a little weird if my opponent doesn't, like, go totally ham on the bench. Like, they just, like, keep it somewhat low-key limited. Then it's a little harder for me because, like, Burning Rondo is not doing damage, or not doing enough damage to, like, deal with a 290 HP Pokemon that's, like, one-shotting my guys. I guess they're going to go for a Luminion then, or maybe they have to go for, or, I meant Iono. But they have to go for the Professor Sada just because their hand is so bad right now. I guess this proves that Iron Valiant is the more complete turbo deck. No. So they Professor, and it doesn't really matter what they do. Unless they like play Path or something. They get like Capsule Path. Vital. No, they can't even do that. They needed like a Brute Bonnet to buff this damage. And if they're playing like the E-Switch, Moltres for a Seal, like you're probably not playing Brute Bonnet, if I were just to guess. I think I probably definitely misplayed by dropping the more Peko. It's just such an easy prize for me. Like if you're trying to mess up my prize map with Radiant Greninja, it sort of defeats the purpose to bench more Peko. I feel like turn 1 they probably should have like retreated back into the Greninja and just be like, here, knock out my frog. I don't care. Actually playing double more Peko. They hit 3 off the Pokestop, so they can counter catch the Zard. Okay, they're just gonna Calamity Storm this. Oh, okay. You Calamity Storm this with the Capsule. Okay, and you want to take the Forest Seal Stone out of play. If they could have combined all that with an Iono, I'd be a little scared, but we're okay. Calamity Storm for the knockouts, but yeah, we just promote Radzard and win. Some of these like Turbo, Greninja, Water Energy lists aren't playing Capsule, and that makes Radiant Charizard so much better. But yeah, Radiant Charizard, I mean, I don't even need Zard. I could actually attack with Entei and close the game out here, but this is just a lot easier. So yeah, Iron Valiant's proving to be the more complete turbo attack with the dub over Roaring Moon. Our busted deck just always goes first, always getting dubs, right? I would love to just have a donk just for the video, like, have... That's the ultimate Iron Valiant experience. I'm against someone with Iron Valiants to leave, so could this be a mirror match? Or imagine we open Entei. Nah, that hand wouldn't have been all that great. We'd have just squawked away a ton of good cards. I'm supposed to open Entei, not these clowns. Okay. Are we up against the mirror match? Or is it someone baiting us? We're up against a mirror match. So I think actually the play is to not go totally overboard on benching guys. I honestly think we just chill like this. Cause we could squawk and stuff, but that puts a vulnerable guy on our bench, and like there's a very real capability my opponents, or a very real possibility that my opponent could just like hit an Entei for 180 damage or a Valiant for 180 damage, and then that gets cleaned up by Tachyon bits. So now the most that they do is 140 into this Entei. So that's 10 Tachyon, or not 10, but 5 Tachyon bits. We're actually up against the Urshifu build, so they're not threatening turn 1 attack. I just sort of assume those Entei because like that's the only build that's like semi-competitive. The Urshifu build is just a little too yeah, you either win turn 1 or you just, yeah, if the game makes it to turn 4, Urshifu's not winning. Bodied for not playing Nest Balls. Okay, I played cautiously and got absolutely annihilated for it. It's okay, we always prize the Valiant, trust. Really, Rapid is not that great in this matchup. I guess it's just like, it's just something that can tank a Burning Rondo or two. I guess, yeah, it's something that can tank a Burning Rondo and not get Tachyon bits after that. They just passed. They didn't go for the Strafe? Bro, Strafe's always better there. Alright, we'll play this Hisuian heavy. We prize the Valiant. That is very good. So I'm gonna bench this, and then I'm gonna play Rope, and they just go into the other Valiant. I think I go for, let's like try to take the knockout this turn. I'm going to Lost Vacuum out the Medicham, just so we can't get like Echoing Horn back and like clog up my bench. Then we research. Hey, we found VIP Pass. Bust the deck. So I bench. Yeah, I'd feel a lot better here if I benched all my guys, but I didn't. So, well played me. I always playing correctly if we were against the mirror match, and there's still people playing this version. So, yeah, we'd have the full bench here. We'd be hitting for 160 damage. Alright, I'll put the future Capsule down. I'm not getting bodied by Iono again. So we still do a pretty respectable amount of damage. It's just gonna take quite a few more bits to take that knockout. And if they have a Switch card, then it's gonna take a long time. So there's that Talent Store. I do not dislike Talent Store coming into play. They didn't Talent Store though before research. Interesting. I'm playing the Tower of Waters and the Town Store. I always feel like when I played this deck, the Town Store was super good. I saw some people playing like Pokestop though, but there's like so many good cards that like Pokestop feels super bad to press when you play like 7 energies and no way to get them back. So you just discard like 2 of them off like one. I guess that's like Pokestop though. Like, yeah, in Shin Pao you could Pokestop and mill your supporters. So what do I know? What do I know? Okay. Town Store. I guess that does get Switch at the very worst and makes it so they can like Furious Blows or something. Okay, they just get the... I guess Capsule's better. Or is Switch Cart better? There is an escape rope. Guess I'll go into my Capsuled Valiant. Then they can Tachyon bits. Essentially have up to 3 Tachyon bits this turn. And I got rid of Medicham. I didn't bench it, so... that could have been a misplay. So there's the retreats and just 100 Furious Blows. Now you got Strafe. There's like no way you let your Urshi get potentially knocked out. There's absolutely no way. They're going for the Furious Blows. Okay. It's time. So I can do at most 180 damage. So I go ahead and grab Forest Seal Stone. Do this. Bounce their stadium. I benched Offending Squawk feels disgusting. I could go Retreat Bits, Jet Bits, and then just have to find a switch in another bench Pokemon to take this knockout. If I take this knockout, I basically win the game. So, yeah, this is very good. This is extremely good. So that is double Tachyon. Currently 7 bench Pokemon, so 160 damage with the Burning Rondo. So all we have to do is find find a Pokemon or a switch. Alright, we found the switch, so that works. Yeah, we just use... well, I switch first, because then I could fleet-footed into a Pokemon and be able to save the Seal Stone, which bossed the deck. So yeah, this game should be over, like whether I have to pop for a Seal Stone or not. Yeah, because like they spend at least 1 turn doing nothing now. That's what, like, the biggest issue with this Urshifu build. Like, I'm playing Entei, so I'm able to do like a respectable amount of damage as early as turn 1. So if I'm not just knocking stuff out with Tachyon bits, with Rapid Flow, with Yoga Loop, it's a lot harder to win games. So hey, we get to show off the strength of my deck and the weakness of the other build of this deck in the same game. What else could you possibly ask for? I suppose we like haven't won yet. 4-price Rapid Flow would go pretty crazy, and they got the big guy in the active spot. So yeah, we've not entirely won this game yet. I guess we get like Forest Seal for bosses orders and just knock out the Urshifu. Bro would be so tilted at that point. Alright, I'm betting we're gonna see it in Iono, like Forest Seal for Iono, like try to put me back to a few cards or something, and like maybe try to find an avenue there. Here's the Forest Seal. There's the cart. That card's pretty nice. Now that would take 6 Tachyon bits, and I'm not getting that anytime soon. So yeah, they're trying to work on this. They can't quite knock this dude out this turn, but setting it up down the road. They're actually not going for like damaging Squawk to like Rapid Flow. I guess they got it lined up here. They just go KO this, damage Squawk, damage this guy, Rapid Flow for the game. They just have to have enough turns to do that. There's the Iono. It's a good thing we saved the Forest Seal Stone. Pretty solid. I would love to be able to take this knockout on the Urshifu. Like, that would basically win the game for me. There's like no coming back from that. So what I would need another switch and or boss. Because I can Forest Seal for like one of the pieces. So they... what? Okay, for a second I thought they already Tachyon with that. I was like, what are they doing? They're throwing so bad. Oh, they could Yoga Loop. That'd be pretty nice for them. They have to have drawn a pretty solid hand to get that off, but they could Yoga Loop. Imagine we just like lose. I'm just like, oh yeah, this wins me the game. And then they're just like, nope. Yoga Loop, GG's. They're Yoga Loop into the Rapid Flow, but no. They missed. Basin. Alright, let's just Town Store, thin out a future booster capsule. Or not. You just get Forest Seal. That's fine. Boss's Orders isn't deck. It's 100% worth going for this. Fleet-footed. Okay. Fine. Yeah, because I'm only hitting for 180. So I'd like to be able to heal this. So do I ever just like get rope and rope? Okay. I don't mind that. Start alchemy for the rope. Like rope puts them in a interesting position because they can choose to either give up the capsule guy, or I mean this is just 2 free prizes. So they probably don't want to do that. It's probably better for them to at least force me to have double tachyon bits. Wait, what? They just like say Urshifu's good? Hold up, what? What? Are they just like betting that I don't have double tachyon? What are you talking about? Okay. Okay. Alright, there was 3 triple nests. Oh, if I would have had cart, bro would have been scooping. Alright, see Hisuian heavy. It's okay. We take another knockout, and what do they do? They have to Yoga Loop and get another Urshi in play, but some of the lists are only playing 2/2 Urshi. So this very well could just be over. This should be over, right? Imagine they like have some sort of crazy sauce. Well, maybe they... So, in order to get this into rapid flow range, they would need 3 tachyon bits. So it would take 5 tachyon bits across 2 turns. That'd be insane. Sure, go ahead. Knock out my Iron Valiant. I know what you're gonna do. Do it. Oh! They're not taking the bait. Not that it really is bait. They're gonna ping the Entei, play a research. Ooh, they had the Urshi in hands. I feel like you have to give me the Valiant, surely, right? Valiant has to be the better sack there. And they just concede. Absolutely filthy. Entei confirmed best Iron Valiant build.